Fox made a very smart investment in SmackDown Live. You know it's a great show when the show opens with a replay of Monday Night Raw. You know Raw? A brand that was supposed to be SmackDown Live's rival, yeah, they advertised that at the beginning of the show. If 15,000 replays on Monday Night Raw were not enough, we're gonna also show you a replay on SmackDown. So why this didn't change anything? Well, it's because Eric Bischoff had nothing to do with this show, people. Thankfully. It wasn't even that bad of a show, but it was not different at all. As a matter of fact, it was 2 extra hours of Monday Night Raw, like always. So apparently, Eric Bischoff is going to run SmackDown Live after Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Sorry if I look a little bit tired, I just can't get through Nikki Cross's entrance. Like every time I see it, I feel bad for a couple of days. Please change it, please.
Gotta make Roman look really strong.
The best in the world!
Welcome back to another episode of Greatness of SmackDown. Not Eric Bischoff's edition, just a regular 2 extra hours of Monday Night Raw. Now, it's weird because it felt like such a filler show, but it wasn't really that bad because people, the Attitude Era is back. Yes, I know. WWE finally said, stop with the PG crap. It's time for some attitude. Kofi Kingston did this. Yes. Kofi Kingston showed a middle finger to Samoa Joe. So if I could say something positive about this week's Raw and SmackDown, WWE are targeting teenage audience so much more than they did during the past 10 years. Probably because of AEW, because most of us really want that edgy stuff. But wherever the case may be, WWE are possibly worried of losing teenage fans or adults like me. I look 12, but I'm actually 20, so shut up. One more insult, and I'm gonna go cry in the corner. So the show opens with a replay of Monday Night Raw. That's the worst thing you can do, actually. I would rather see the show opening with Primo and Epico drinking pina colada or something like that. Kevin Owens comes out to the ring to kick off the show and host tonight's installment of the Kevin Owens Show. Kevin introduces his guests, Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. Shane says Kevin's introduction wasn't that good, so he makes Greg Hamilton introduce him again as he's the best in the world. Shane says he's not scared of Undertaker and Roman Reigns. Drew said the same. Drew said that he's going to be very dangerous. I'm going to be very dangerous, and I'm gonna punch Undertaker's. Kevin Owens showed a replay to kind of mock them for, running away from The Undertaker. But he also said, no, you just appear right here. You were not running from him. It just happens. So Kevin Owens was basically sarcastic. And in my honest opinion, Kevin Owens was actually playing a babyface in this. And I gotta be honest, I like it. They did it for like a couple of weeks. Then he turned heel on Kofi Kingston. Maybe he should be a babyface again, because he's way more entertaining, and I gotta be honest, I'm kinda tired of this same old heel Kevin Owens. You gotta change. His gimmick as a heel is not different from what we've seen in 2015. Shane McMahon tells him to read what's actually on the cards and ask real questions. Kevin Owens got tired of it. Dolph Ziggler interrupted, and Owens tells Ziggler he's sick of hearing about how it was supposed to be him. Kevin tells Ziggler it's never going to happen, so shut up and get over it. And then Dolph Ziggler says it again, that he should be the WWE champion. He tells Owens the only thing he looks the part for is hot eating contest. Owens says at least he would win a hot dog eating contest, which is more than Ziggler can say about wrestling matches. Owens and Ziggler both tell Shane McMahon that they want the next shot at Kofi's WWE Championship. Shane says that none of you are going to get it because you are going to be in a tag team match against Heavy Machinery for the #1 contenders match. Well, basically, if you win the match, you are going to be added to the WWE SmackDown Live's tag team match at Extreme Rules with Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan and The New Day. Ziggler and Owens were not thrilled about that, that, but they kinda, during the show, decided to go along with it and basically try to actually win the match. After they shook hands, Dolph Ziggler made fun of him again, and Kevin Owens heard about that. So this was funny. I appreciate that. The way Kevin Owens just insulted Dolph Ziggler about complaining all the time. It should have been you. It was kinda, but then it wasn't. I like it. And people are complaining. You have so much tag teams. How is it make any sense for Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler to be a tag team and face for the chance of WWE SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships? Well, why not? It makes sense. We had an explanation. Why not? It's not like it was random. It's not like it was basically, why are these a tag team? We got an explanation why are these a tag team tonight. Tag team champions Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan do an interview backstage where Bryan voices his displeasure about Shane's decision. Bryan says Shane has been making a lot of unpopular decisions lately, but it doesn't matter because he and Rowan are walking in and out as tag team champions at Extreme Rules. We're gonna talk about that match later in the video, but I was kinda disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. Big E and Xavier Woods are not happy as well. Then we got Big E versus Daniel Bryan, very entertaining match. We got a few cool spots, but Rowan hits a cheap shot on Big E on the floor behind the referee's back, then Rowan also drops Woods. Back in the ring, Bryan hits the running knee to the face of Big E for the 3 count. Finally, a champion actually looks strong. I could be wrong, but I feel like they actually lost most of their matches on Raw and SmackDown. So, sometimes it's good for a champion to lose. It makes sense for the challenger to, well, basically challenge them for the WWE Championships. But sometimes a champion needs to look strong as well, which is something we cannot say about the Iconics. Where are the Iconics? It's good that we're not seeing them, but where are the Iconics? They are the champions, aren't they? They are. R-Truth is backstage for an interview. Truth jokes about Drake Maverick's honeymoon and says he heard that Hornswoggle and his wife were right here in San Antonio. Truth says he's coming for him because he wants his baby back, the 24/7 championship. Like I've said people many times, the greatest WWE storyline of all time, and I'm not even kidding. This is entertaining and this is the only thing that I feel like most people are watching Raw and SmackDown for. Alexa Bliss says that Nikki Cross should host this edition of the Bliss Moment of Bliss, whatever the case may be, who gives a crap. Nikki comes out to host a Moment of Bliss and says hello to San Antonio fans. Can we just talk about that entrance? Every time I see it, I feel physical pain. I feel physical pain, people. It's horrible. Help me. Help me, people. Like, seriously, this is the cringiest entrance I've ever seen. Like, I kinda, got used to her character. It's not that cringe anymore. She kinda toned it down a little bit, but the entrance is absolutely horrible. Is that Eugene? Is that Eugene, people? She thanked Alexa Bliss and introduced Bayley. Of course, Bayley tried to tell how Alexa Bliss is using her, the same old story. And she also said, why are you not challenging me for the women's championship if you are the one who beat me? Anyway, Nikki challenged her for a match, a non-title match, and we got Bayley versus Nikki Cross. Decent match. Something we've seen before. Bayley dodges a shot and comes back with the belly to belly suplex for the 3 count. I mean, it's not that bad of a rivalry, I guess. It's just that it doesn't make any sense. I mean, Alexa Bliss from Raw, Bayley is from SmackDown, then we got Nikki Cross right here. It's kinda cringy in a way, but I appreciate the fact that both Raw and Women's Championships are actually being used in actual storylines. So at least that's a positive, because what they did with Asuka as the women's champion is an absolute shame. I don't understand New Ali's character. Hopefully it's not gonna be one of these motivational, gimmicks. At least as a babyface. As a heel I can get it, as a babyface not really. It's not for me, but why would you change his gimmick in the first place? What are we doing right here? Same goes for Aleister Black. So basically, at least we know that at Extreme Rules, we are going to get Aleister Black versus someone who knocked on his door last week. At least we know that. Other than that, nobody cares about these promos. It's boring. WWE Champion comes out to the ring for an interview with a plate of pancakes in hand. Samoa Joe comes out with a microphone next to confront Kofi. Joe tells the interviewer to get out of the ring and then he starts addressing Kofi. Anyway, they argued and Joe says he wants Kofi to prove him wrong and shake his hand to show his character, but Kofi declines. Joe tells Kofi he will give him one more chance to shake his hand before he slaps him all over the ring. Kofi gives Joe the middle finger instead. My man Kofi. And they and he goes straight to the Trouble in Paradise. What a segment, people. Like, this was the greatest thing Kofi has done ever since winning the WWE Championship. Like, seriously. He throws pancakes 1 minute, the next minute, he's giving everybody a middle finger. I love this man. Okay, if this is something that we are going to get more often, maybe I will start liking WWE's product again, people, because that was absolutely amazing. It's such a simple thing, but when I saw Jericho doing it at Double or Nothing, I was like, WWE would never do it. And then, a few weeks after, they're actually doing it. I love that. I absolutely love the segment. Not really sold on the match yet, but all I'm gonna say is that the only guy that Kofi ever lost to since winning the WWE Championship is Samoa Joe. So maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's not that bad. I just don't like the fact that Samoa Joe is from Monday Night Raw and he's been ruined. So I don't think he's gonna win the championship, and it's pretty, unbelievable. We got Apollo Cruz versus Andrade. Very short match in which Zelina hits a cheap shot on Cruz behind the referee's back, and Andrade takes Cruz back in the ring for the hammerlock DDT for the 3 count. I know that Apollo Cruz is not supposed to look weak because Zelina Vega helped Andrade, but then again, when was the last time Apollo Cruz actually won a match? Just give the man some W's. He's very talented. He deserves something. When it comes to Andrade, he should challenge for the Intercontinental Championship. Shinsuke Nakamura said he wants the number one. He wants the championship from Finn Balor. Shinsuke said he wants the title from Finn Balor. He actually just pointed at the championship, but we're not seeing them. Where are they? I seriously don't understand what in the hell are they doing with the IC Championship. The US Championship is main eventing Raw. What about the Intercontinental Championship? Enough of this wildcard rule, people. We got Ember Moon versus Mandy Rose. Surprisingly, Ember Moon won the match for the first time in like a couple of months. I like Ember Moon in the ring, and that's where it ends. She's also kinda cringy in a way. I don't know how to explain it. Kinda too over the top, probably. I don't know how I felt about her in NXT since I don't really watch, but I didn't feel that in NXT. It's kinda weird. Let me know what you think in the comments below. It's kinda, like I've said, maybe too over the top as well, but I'm glad she won a match because in the ring, she's very talented. Shelton Benjamin is backstage for an interview. He's asked who he thinks will win the WWE Championship at Extreme Rules, but he just laughs and walks off. So finally, hopefully, and hopefully as well, Shelton Benjamin is getting a push. I nearly said Shane McMahon. Ugh. He's already getting the push, the next WWE champion. Maybe Shelton Benjamin is going to be the next challenger, and that would be an amazing match, but do you think he will win the championship? Of course not. I think he should be in a mid-card for the Intercontinental Championship facing Finn Balor maybe. But I'm glad Shelton is getting something because it's impossible. It sounds impossible to ruin someone like Shelton Benjamin to the point that nobody cares about him. Because he was once the next big thing in the WWE. And of course, in the main event, we got Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler versus Heavy Machinery. The winner of the match is going to be included in a SmackDown Live's Triple Threat Tag Team match. It was pretty decent. I enjoyed the match, something different for once. But I was disappointed in the result. Dolph Ziggler accidentally hits Kevin Owens with a super kick, and this led to Heavy Machinery double teaming Owens for the 3 count. After the match, Heavy Machinery celebrates on the ramp, and Owens hits a Stone Cold Stunner on Ziggler in the ring. Owens yells down at Ziggler as SmackDown goes off air. So basically, Kevin Owens is a babyface. He is a babyface in my opinion. Would I love to see Kevin Owens versus Dolph Ziggler in a rivalry? Well, I've seen that in like 2015 or 16, but I wouldn't really mind. That's the thing. I wouldn't really mind, but it should be for the Intercontinental Championship. I don't understand the WWE. If you are going to have a rivalry with people like Kevin Owens and Dolph Ziggler, and then you're gonna have the Intercontinental Champion sit at home for like 5 months, give the championship to someone who has a rivalry. This should have happened with Andrade and Rey Mysterio with the US Championship back in the day. So anyway, I don't know how I feel about this edition of SmackDown Live. Like, it didn't really matter, but then again, it was kind of entertaining. I hope that Kevin Owens is a babyface right now. I'm tired of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn being together. Kind of relying on nostalgia anyway. But Dolph Ziggler, man, what about Dolph Ziggler? Is that going to be a rivalry, or are they actually going to be a tag team in the future? Both scenarios work for me. I'm not tired of Owens, I'm not tired of Ziggler, I like both of them. I know people don't like seeing Dolph Ziggler anymore, but the man is amazing. Like, the way he sold that stunner, dude. Anyway, decent episode of SmackDown. Thank you for watching. Sorry that this video is a little bit late. I'm very busy and then I don't have time to record. So like right now I have like a couple of hours to record. Then throughout the day I cannot do anything. Like, seriously. So sorry about that. It's gonna take a while. But like at the end of the month, hopefully I'm going to move to my own house. Thank you for watching this video. As always, yeah boy, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.